First time I met him, we went to school together at the infantry school at Fort Benning shortly after Desert Storm, and we were put in the same small group together. And of course, we began the class with each person standing up and telling a little bit about themselves and what they expected to get out of the course. And with 17 airborne ranger infantry type guys in there, you can imagine that it got to a lot of war stories and a lot of one-upsmanship. And then finally it came to Chuck, and he was just humble, just a genuine guy. He wasn't trying to one-up anybody, and that kind of stood out to everybody else. Still continued to try and become the alpha. And Chuck used words like we instead of I, and that kind of struck me. After knowing him for well over 3 decades, that's the kind of character that he displays always. He's always a we before I, just privileged to have him as a friend. I love his zest for life. That guy gets up every day and he attacks life. He's going to enjoy it. He's going to make the most of it. Even if it's a terrible day, he's going to turn it into the best that he can possibly do. People may or may not know that several years ago, he was involved in a horrific accident. He was out jogging and was hit by a truck by a negligent driver. Almost killed him and nearly broke every bone in his body. And he still lives in agonizing pain today. But that doesn't slow him down. That doesn't diminish any of the joy he gets in life. And pretty inspiring. What makes Chuck a great leader is his integrity. That's the number one characteristic of any good leader. Integrity is the underpinning of trust. And you can't lead anyone if they don't trust you. But if they trust you, that builds inspired leadership. In an organization that trusts each other and they believe in each other, they can move mountains. Chuck is a man of his word. If he says he's going to do it, he's going to do it. He means what he says, and he says what he means. Second thing is his sense of duty. He takes with great pride and great seriousness his responsibilities, and he will attack the task at hand, and he will get results. And that's why people, if you're going to trust someone with your vote, you want them to get results for you. He's a likable guy. Isn't it time we bring those kind of guys back into politics?